Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We all make mistakes. We all say things that sometimes regret saying them. But sometimes we say things that hurt the other side so badly that really you're not going to be forgotten or forgiven for that. And sometimes you say things that, could be forgotten and forgiven. And the same thing is true for others, and you being at the receiving end. I think Ukraine made one of those mistakes, those statements addressed to China that will never be forgotten and forgiven by the Chinese government. And I think this is the end of the rope for Ukraine in trying to woo or buy or win China on its side. Maybe Ukraine realized, or the guys that handle Ukraine realized, that they will never, under the current circumstances, be able to get China on their side. Therefore, they just, go full retard, if you know what I mean. So I have here an article that is not only from Russia Today, but I found it in Russia Today, and the Russians obviously are so happy to let us know what the Ukrainians said about the Chinese, that the Chinese will say bye-bye off. All right, so let's see. This article comes from Russia Today, as I mentioned, from 9th of August 2023. China's claim on Taiwan is communist delusion, Ukraine said. Now, you can imagine that such a statement is like you tell someone who really loves his mommy, hey, your mommy is he's never going to forgive you or forget you for that. So I think this is even worse than that. A key Ukrainian foreign affairs official made a claim on social media. China's claim of sovereignty over Taiwan is a little more than and I'm quoting, a discredited communist delusion, end quote, according to high-ranking Ukrainian foreign affairs official Alexander Merezko. The Chinese Communist Party keeps crying Taiwan belongs to them, end quote. Merezko, who chairs Ukraine's Committee on Foreign Affairs on behalf of the ruling servants, you are servants, of the People Party, yeah, okay, wrote on Twitter on Saturday. And I'm quoting, but this is a communist delusion drawing on denial and a deeply discredited and defunct political agenda, end quote, he added. The official also provided a link to the American Foreign Affairs periodical, The National Interest, which in October of 2022 published an article titled, and I'm quoting, China has no legal claim to Taiwan. So this individual, Marensko, he said two things. One, I am not on this guy's side. And here he says, actually, who are his masters? He didn't, how should I put it? He didn't provide a link from a German or, French or, from an American Foreign Affairs periodical. Okay? So, yeah, those might tell the truth, might not, but you sometimes don't have to say certain things if you want to have a good relation with someone else. Even let's say your neighbor is ugly, you're not going to tell him, hey, you know what, you're ugly as hell, mofo. And he's going to say, yeah, Emil, you're fat as a pig. Okay, now that we know, let's go and play tennis together. That's not going to happen. So you see that, he sees this, you use your social skills and don't say anything. Honest, unless maybe, you become enemies. And when you become enemies, then and words are meaningless at that point, okay? This will talk or whatever. So in this case, this Ukrainian official, he says something that I don't think it should have been said. Even if that's what they do, I think it's a diplomatic gaffe. Or it's a challenge. They poke the dragon. Now they poked the bear, and the bear slapped them over their snout or the beak. Bok, 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 bok. Okay, now they want to get burned by the dragon with the flame, with the fire. Well, that's what happens when your name of the party, you have servants in it. Okay, when you have the servant in it, that tells me your attitude of a, all right, of the people. Okay, got that one. So let's see what else this article has to say. All right, so the article, which Marensko described as the irrefutable truth, end quote, and an expert take, end quote, was written by Peter C. Hansen, I know this person, an American specialist in international law who is based in Washington, D.C., and by Michael Rubin, all right, a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and former official at the Pentagon. That's not, all right. In the op-ed, Hansen and Rubin argue that China, and I'm quoting, has no more legal right to Taiwan than it does to Korea, end quote, and that China's geopolitical position as it relates to Taiwan does, and I'm quoting, not substitute for reality. So this is what this guy said, and this is the Ukrainians' argument. Good for him. He can make his point how much he wants, that's fine, but if you think that the Chinese government will get in an argument, in a logical argument with that person, and say, okay, let me explain, Mr. Maratchenko, or whatever your name is, Marzunko, we're gonna convince you. You gotta be out of your mind. These guys, the Chinese will say, yeah, like Xi Jinping will be like this. And that's it. Done. And believe me, when Zelensky and others will come and try to talk to Xi Jinping and the foreign minister and others will ask this question first. Hey, Gigi, what do you think about Taiwan and China? Do you think Taiwan belongs to China? Do you think that, do you subscribe to the one China policy? I guarantee you that would be one of the first questions they will ask their weasel Ukrainian counterparts. And then you're gonna see the Ukrainians, shit, what did we do? Hey, Marachenko, what the, did you again? He didn't have his diapers changed, so probably he had a diaper rash, that's why he said so, Mr. Xi Jinping. Not even with that excuse, real excuse, accurate description of reality, Xi Jinping and the Chinese will not turn around, okay? That's my assessment. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.